Hi, I'm Jody Worrell. Today we're going to learn some melodic licks that we'll use in two different keys to follow some chord changes. During each segment, I'll teach the nuts and bolts of the lick, then we'll jam together by trading the licks back and forth with the track. Today's track is Two Keys Lounge from the Let's Jam Blues and Rock Volume 3 collection. Each lick is 4 bars long, so we've got a lot to cover. Let's look at that first one. Alrighty, here's our lick. You probably noticed the first thing was it's the same thing, we just move it down 2 frets. I think that's going to be true of most of our licks in this whole lesson. And the idea of that is to just get used to the sound relative to the chord and not be boxed up in one position, not be comfortable one place and less comfortable another. So we're going to start off. And this is, you might have to amend your fingering if you're not a fourth finger using kind of person, but I like to teach that way. I think it's useful to use all 100% of our available fingers on the left hand rather than just 75. So I'm going to start off on the 12th fret of the 2nd string with my 4th finger. That's a B note, so that's surely going to meet the requirements of our B minor 7 chord. So I'm going to play that note, then move to the 9th and 10th of the 1st string. So, once we do that, you'll notice we've got that funny little bar that's got the little half of a 16th note in it, and it's got a dotted 8th. So, we're going to play an overlong 9th fret note, and then at the very end of the duration, we're going to put in that 10th fret grace note and pull it back off to the 9th. You ought to work on that like with your metronome. 3, 4, 1, 2, and so it's not that we're really it's really like we're going. Or even hitting the 9th fret twice. So just work on that, listen to what the lick sounds like, and practice along with me while I'm playing it. Anyway, we got this much. Then the 12 to 10, back on the 2nd string, 4th finger, 2nd finger. Then I'm going to bend the 12th fret, that note we started on, up a whole step. That gives us this note, which is part of our A major 7. Those are the notes in an A major 7. Now, we're just moving those chords down a whole step. All of a sudden, our first note's going to be the 10th fret of the 2nd string. Do all the same stuff again. Sorry. Back up. Oop. And that's our lick. And there are a lot of challenges with this. the little grace note. Use your imagination. Make up ways to practice the finer points of these licks. Just whatever. Just get it under your fingers, because we can't be micromanaging and reminding ourselves of every little micro move within these licks. Some of it has to be rote memory and muscle memory, and that's what that is for that. I'm not having to think, wait, put it down, pull it off, move on. Anyway, there's lick number 1. I'm going to play that one with our track. All right, we're going to trade the lick back and forth with the track playing. I'll go first. I'll leave the space after me for you to play. We'll wind up doing it 3 times each. Now you. Again. And you. Last time. And you. Okay. Be sure and take your time and work on that trading section until you can play it back perfectly all 3 times. Let's look at lick number 2. All right, here's lick number 2. It's similar to lick number 1 in that it is the same thing twice in a row, just 2 frets apart. We're going to start off with the 9th fret on the 4th string, and we're going to play 9, 11, 12 with the 1st, 3rd, and 4th fingers. First finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Then I'm going to go to the 11th fret with my 3rd finger, nice and comfortable, right in this position. Then I'm going to bend 11 up to 13. Then I'm going to pull off 11 to 9 quickly. Notice those are 16th notes. We're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 4E and a. And I like that a pull off. And then we're going to play 12 to 11 on the fourth string. 1 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and these are slow licks. They've got accuracy requiring bends, and you got some long notes for you to practice your vibrato, practice your note management, practice your cleanliness, not having this kind of thing going. We don't want extra strings ringing. I know you're hearing them, and just when you hear them in your own playing, you got to stop them. You got to find a way, because a lot of that is going on. You get used to it, you ignore it, you try to tune it out, and it sort of spoils what you're playing and just makes you feel like you're not getting anywhere. So down a whole step, move to the 7th fret of the 4th string, and then make that whole move exactly the same. And mess around. These are not engraved in stone. Mess around with the phrasing of it. Phrase them a little differently. Like I kind of find myself hearing something like this. Playing that one the same, then mix it up a little bit on this one. Or any other way you want to tweak them up, but get them right. Get them accurate to what we're putting forward here, and then change them, make them yours. So that's lick number 2. I'm going to play that one with the track. Again, we're trading licks with the track, with me going first. Remember, 3 times each. Now you. Again. Now you. One more time. All right. Let's move on to lick number 3. All righty. Here's lick number 3. We're just from a theory standpoint, what we're doing here is this is a 2 minor to a 5 chord to a 1 chord in A. Then it's a 2 minor to a 5 chord to a 1 chord in G. So I'm thinking about all of this is built out of an A major chord. So for that 2 chord, an A major scale, A major scale for so I'm going to start my A major scale on a B note because we've got a B minor 7 chord. So that's got these notes from a B minor 7. Just right up an A scale, but starting on B. And I skipped a note because because I'm seeking a melody. If I didn't skip a note, it'd sound like this. But I wanted to save that note for the E chord. So I jumped past it and came back. I saved a note. I landed on a note that's in the E chord. I'm always landing on a note. When that chord changes, I land on a note that's in the chord. So we're going 4th finger on the 9th fret. We're going to play of the 4th string. Play that note. 6, 7, 9 on the 3rd. 7 to 10. Squeeze in a little bit. Go 7 to 10 with your 1st to 4th fingers on the 2nd string. Then we're going to do a little twiddly here. 9th fret, 3rd finger on that 2nd string. You hammer on up to the 10th, pull off back to the 9th, pull off to the 7th. Then play the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Then we're going to do a similar thing. We're going to go down to the 7th fret. We're going to play the 7th fret with the 1st finger. Same thing, 7th fret, quick hammer on and pull off. And then slide, in this case, down to the 6th. Then play the 9th fret of the 4th string. Right back to that 6th fret, 3rd string. That's our last note. Twiddly. Again. You can isolate these things. Just get that muscle stuff under your fingers. Wind up on that 6th fret. That's the first part of lick 3. The second part of the lick is just going to be the first part down 2 frets. Here we were starting at the 9th. Is that the 9th? Yes. Then I'm going to just jump right down here and start on the 7th with my 4th finger and let all of that same mechanics, will play. So first part, second part. And very simply, that's lick number 3. I'm going to play that one with our jam track. Let's trade number 3 back and forth the usual 3 times. Now you. Again. Now you. Last one. And you. All right. Remember, you're going to get the most out of this and any lesson by taking your time and practicing each section until you've mastered it. Only then will you really be able to retain the licks and bring them into your day-to-day playing. Let's move on to lick number 4. Alrighty, we're just going to play sort of a little pattern through our A major scale, and we're going to wind up landing on good notes for our chords as they change. So we're going to start out with the 10th fret down to the 7th. So what we're doing is we're skipping over a note and coming back and getting it. So it's sort of a hopscotch thing, or yeah, that's right. So we jump from 10 to 7, and then back up to 9. That's on the first string. We skip that 7, go right to 10 on the second string. Back to catch that 7. You get the idea of the pattern. 9, 10. After that 9 to 10, go back to 7. And that gives us that great note when our chord changes. Ninth fret. That's when we get there at the 9th fret with our 3rd finger, and then we got to play 9th and 9th. 9th fret, 2nd, 9th fret, 3rd, 7 and 7, 2 and 3. Then up to the 9th, down to the 6th. Oops. And that ends up on our nice note for our A chord. Now you can hammer on, you can pull off, you can do all the style points you want to on this to make it your own. It's a little dull sounding with all pictures. Let's Much better with. Then simply move down 2 frets and start on the 8th of the first string. And that is lick number 4. Let's hear how that one sounds against that track. I'll roll the track again. We'll trade licks on number 4. Now you. Go again. Again. Now you. Last time. Last one. All right. That brings us all the way to lick number 5. Okay. We're just going to play 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and this is a nice slow tempo. Straight up an A major scale all the way through the first 2 bars, and that's going to be up through the 9th fret of the first string. That's as far as we go. That's how much time we have. That's how far the notes go. So we'll start 7, 9, 10 on the 6th, 7 and 9 on the 5th, 6, 7, 9 on the 4th, same thing on the 3rd, 7, 9, 10 on the 2nd, 7 and 9 on the 1st. Then the chord changes to A minor 7. You see the little natural sign up there on your notation. We're going to play straight down a G scale, starting on a C note, starting on the note that just changed. You can hear it's very melodic. Oops. So we'll start on that C note up at the top there with your natural on it. That is we'll play the second finger After having played 1 to 3 on the 7 and 9, the last part of bar 2, then we go 8-7, 10-8-7, 10-8-7, 7-9, 10-9. That'd be a great place for some of those little wiggles as the that's where all your expression can come in. We're just giving you kind of the scaffolding here, the framework. One more time. And that is lick number 5. Let's hear it with the track. And finally, we'll trade lick number 5 back and forth our usual 3 times. Now you. Again. Now you. Last time. Now you. Okay. I hope this lesson shed some light for you and got you thinking about ways to put more melody into your own soloing. I'm Jody Worrell, and I'll see you next time.